Hey there, this video is to help out with creating a bar graph and circle graph using your data from your stats project. I just made up some data here and put this into a Google Sheets. You should take your data and put that in a similar fashion. Notice I gave mine kind of a title there in A2, and then I listed my things on the left side, and I put my numbers then on the right side, right? So under column A, does it have to look exactly like that? No, but it really does help to have these numbers coincide with your names, okay? And then I just put that title up here. Does it have to start in A2? No, you could start it in A1. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a bar graph, and then I'll use that exact same data to create a circle graph. So here's my bar graph. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of that data, and then we go up and we hit in the upper right hand corner the plus sign. In that plus sign you see what's called a chart, and instantaneously it creates its own chart for you, okay? And the type of chart that we're going to use is what's called a column chart. There's a lot of other options in here, but today the only thing that we want to do is what we call a column chart. So we can hit that back button. The legend is not necessary in a column chart. A legend helps us to identify what the data, the name of the data or parts of the data and stuff like that. But in this case, all of the names that we have is down there in the bottom part. So we don't need one, so we can put none for this one, okay? Then we can go back, and then we can start adding titles. Under the chart title, that's probably where I would actually add the favorite. Whoops. Is it turning it off? There we go. Favorite, what was it? Color? I don't know. I just made up this data, right? So we update the title. Notice that goes up top. And then what I'd probably do under the horizontal axis is I would probably eliminate that one and leave it up there on top, okay? The left vertical axis, we don't have to give it a name because it's just the numbers, how much we've had, so we won't do that. So we'll go back out of titles, and then we go to color. The color only changes for all of the columns, right? So you can't actually choose an individual color for each one. So that's about it. Choose your favorite color for this, and there we go. And then when you're done in the upper left-hand corner, hit the check box, the little check. You hit that, and there we go. If you highlight it, you can obviously move it around, make it a little bit larger. To put this into your Google Slides, I would do a screenshot, and I would crop this picture to get rid of some of that stuff. I can show you that in just a little bit. If we double tap this, you can see that we can go back to the edit chart options that we worked on above, and I'll get back out of here. Or if for some reason you can delete this chart, but that's not something that I'd like to do at the moment, okay? All right, notice you're in this, and I can't, down at the very bottom, I can't switch back over to the circle chart, so I'm going to hit that check in the upper left-hand corner, and then notice the circle graph now on the very bottom is accessible to me, so I select that. I'm going to highlight the data like I did before. Once I highlight that data, I'm going to go back into the upper right-hand corner, hit the plus sign, hit chart. Notice it automatically made a column chart, but I don't need a column chart in this case because I'd like to have a pie chart, right? And there it is. That's what we call that pie chart, right? And has all of those pieces of data in there. Now this one, it's very hard to tell what's what. So it's important for us to have information on here, and that's where the legend comes in handy. I would label, you could do a right one where it has all the data on the side, or left. You could do up top, bottom, labeled, which I think will go on the inside, none, which will be nothing, and auto. If you see the auto, it'll pop up in the other part. Okay, title. Title, I would again add the same chart title that we had up here. Favorite color, right? There we go. Update title. Notice there it is in the upper corner. And then here you can actually change the colors. If I were doing this one, I probably would actually change it to the colors because it makes it a little bit easier for you to actually use the colors to identify them in here. Maybe you want to choose better colors than this big bright green thing or anything like that, but And then other, maybe we just do a shade of gray, huh? There we go. All right, so then there, now actually the colors match the name. In this case, it works out really nice, right? And then looks like I might be just about done. So when I hit the check sign in the upper left corner, notice how it gave me those labels on there. If you didn't like the way those labels were, you could do an edit chart. And then under the legend, if you change it to, say, top, when we go back out of here, notice how those labels moved around, okay? I'm assuming that most of you know how to do a screenshot and a crop, but if you don't, so at this point I'm done showing you the digital side of things. If you want to learn how to put this into your slides, what I would do is, I noticed that there does not appear to be a copy option that I can tell or I can find. Maybe you find one. If you do, great. So I can't copy this chart. So the best solution that I've thought of in my mind is to do a screenshot, and then for me to put that, to crop that in there. So I'm going to do a screenshot, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of here, go to my pictures, and go into this. And then what I'll do is I'll crop this picture so that I can put it into my slideshow, okay? So when you're in that picture, you can hit edit, and in the far left side there, you see there's these like little like weird L's that are kind of on there. You grab those, and then you can crop this picture down. And whoops, I need to keep at least all of that information there. And then notice it's got rid of all the other stuff. We hit done. And then you can take this picture, and then you can insert that picture into your slideshow like you've done any other one. All right, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask your teacher.